The new year is a chance to reset and refocus. And what better way to do that than pulling knowledge and inspiration from the pages of some amazing books this year. So joining us this morning on the segment that I love the most, it's called Sunrise Book Club. I think this should be a real thing all the time, by the way, is Kamisha Anderson, founder of On the Shelf Jamaica. Hi, Kamisha.
Hi, Tammy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. And thank you so much for joining us again with books. I love books. We spoke about this last time. And I see that you have some books geared for January.
Right. So, you know, it's the new year. Everybody making New Year's resolutions. Vision boards are done. But you can't get to where you want to get to and achieve all the things you want to achieve without the knowledge and the change of mindset. And books are the perfect way to do that.
All right. Can you walk us through some of your faves or your picks for starting the new year right?
Right. So one of my favorite is The Alchemist.
Yes.
And you see it's this little tiny book right here. I keep it close to me. Every new year, I read it. I've been reading it for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
It's a favorite when it comes to self-help because it just gets you into that mindset. You know, when you're going through the desert, that the horizon, what your goal is just over the horizon.
Your life path, everything. It's a great book. And it's not just for us. Like my 10-year-old started reading The Alchemist and he loves it.
You started him early.
My 18-year-old bonus son, as I love to call him, he's reading it too. So it's a book that goes right across the ages and it's written in a way where I feel like everybody can understand.
I think that's why we love it, just the way it's written. It's
Paulo Coelho, he's amazing.
Right. Yeah. It's not pushing the motivation on you, but you're getting it from the story.
Yeah.
It's such a good book.
Great book.
And then we move on to Michelle Obama.
Yay, The Light We Carry.
This is her second book, following up on Becoming. But this one is about how to get through uncertain times. And if the past couple of years have taught us anything, is that times can be uncertain. So we need to get into that mindset of how do we get through it. It's going to happen. One thing, life is going to life.
Yes, yes.
So how do we get through it?
Yes.
And this book by Michelle Obama, The Light We Carry, is a good one.
Oh, I love that. And there's this feeling that, you know, we sometimes look at women like Michelle Obama and feel like, oh, child, you know, if them not go through like what we got through and them life different. But, you know, she's facing a lot of this. This is a really great read for, like you said, for anybody who needs that encouragement and the tools of like, you know, hey, what do I do next and how do I move through this? Love that.
Perfect.
Another great book in your hands there.
We have Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. And it literally says, stop believing the lies about who you are so you can become who you are meant to be.
Yeah.
And one thing we sometimes have to go through is the self-doubt and the negative self-talk and the lies that may come from external sources, may come from ourselves about us, but how do we stop believing that so we can become who we're meant to be? And this is such a good book. The personal stories she tells in this book are amazing on how to make that transition so that we can become who we're meant to be and achieve those things on the vision board.
I love that. Girl, wash your face.
Girl, wash your face.
So you have given us some nice books to kind of, you know, that do the internal work to get our emotions right, to get our mindset right. Let's talk. I see Dave Ramsey over here, and I can remember his face from like social media and money. That's for sure. So I see something about money here. Complete Guide to Money. Let's talk about this one here.
Right.
Hold it
so
up for
Dave
you.
Ramsey is this financial guru, and like him or hate him, the man knows about money. And when we're making New Year's resolutions, when we're making these vision boards, there's usually something about money on it, whether it's paying off debt, whether it's investing, whether it's just making more or saving more. There's usually something about money on it. And I love A Complete Guide to Money because it goes down to the basics. It's not about, you know, the stock market and all those intricacies. It goes down to the basics of money.
Yeah, because money can feel so intimidating.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about money. So it's good that there's a book that we can break it down
and
with.
That's a very good one to get into. And then Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. One thing about life is we're always going to have to negotiate. whether you're negotiating for a pay raise, you're negotiating down at Coronation Market. Negotiating is a part of life, and we find that a lot of people leave so much on the table because we're afraid to negotiate, we're afraid to make our position known, we're afraid to go back and forth to get what it is that we want. And Chris Voss is a former hostage negotiator.
Right, I just saw that.
So if there's anybody who knows how to get people over on your side, it is Chris Voss, and that's a very good book. That's one of the best books out there.
Never split the difference.
Never split the difference.
And last but certainly not least,
we're back to Atomic Habits.
Yes, excellent.
That is definitely a very good January read because all of these are great. But when it comes down to achieving your goals, it's going to come down to the habits, the good habits that you form and the bad habits that you break. And Atomic Habits, it's the go-to. I don't know what other books are out there about habits, but Atomic Habits is the go-to book when it comes to breaking those bad habits, making those tiny changes so you can achieve your goals.
Yes, I love how in this book they kind of just help you to build out new habits and how to build on the habits you already have and how to, you know, kind of, I need to read it again.
Create those systems.
Those systems. You know that one of my words this year is rest, but the other word is systems. And I need to create more systems that work for me. Speaking of word of the year, do you have a word for the year?
Yes, my word for the year is focus.
All right.
I just need to get to focus on those 3 not so little things that I want to get done, but just focus.
Focus. Create your systems, your atomic habits, and you'll get it done. Thank you so much, Kamisha, for joining us. I love our Sunrise Book Club, and I hope we get to do it over and over again. All right, guys. So songs that make you go, that and more after the break. Focus. Good work.